I know.
Hello, good evening, good morning to wherever you are. We are back, Sandra and I, with this week's episode, week 6 of Healing After Domestic Abuse. And tonight's topic, we are going to be talking about, turn this phone off. Tonight's topic, we are going to be talking about how do I get unstuck? Wow.
How do you get stuck?
How do you get stuck
How do you get stuck?
in order to get unstuck?
Mhm.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk
So
about
that's
it.
actually something that you hear a lot. Like, how do you get unstuck? How do I get unstuck?
Yep.
Yeah, I shook my head before we even started. You know, a lot of different places with how do you get unstuck. You
Yeah.
know, first recognizing what are you stuck on? Are you
Mm-hmm.
stuck on you moving forward? Are you stuck on you don't know how to move forward? I think really recognizing the areas like what are you stuck on?
Yeah.
Unstuck.
Yeah. And I think for me, with me, when I felt like I was just stuck in a situation, especially coming out of an abusive relationship, it was like I felt like I really didn't know who I was and what I even needed to do with myself because I was so used to being there for everybody, being this other person for everybody else, and to where I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my own self.
Right.
So that's
Or
where I was really stuck right there.
and then like where do you begin? I think a lot of people want that. Where do you begin? How do you start? Where do you go and get the help? Like I think that's where the get stuck part comes from. Um, I know I was stuck for a long time.
Yeah,
Stuck on, trying to work through the healing, stuck on healing,
that
stuck
part.
on forgiveness, stuck on self-forgiveness. So it's a lot to be stuck on. Just kind of narrowing down.
And I think that what we really have to do initially is to make up in our minds that we want something different. We have to want something different in order for us to move forward with being where we are, because it's like we're stuck where we are and we have to do something different in order for us to be able to move forward with getting unstuck. And so I had to just really realize that I didn't like where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I didn't like where I was in life. I didn't like where I was mentally. I didn't like where I was just in general,
Right.
doing all the things that I was doing. I was bitter. I was angry. I was pissed off all the time. I was just like this person that was just toxic, and I
Yeah.
mean, I was a mess.
Yeah. And really, I can totally relate to that. Like, just yeah, where do you start to get unstuck at?
Hmm.
Being self-aware, understanding that, you need help in certain areas. A lot of times I say ask for help is because like that helps us to kind of get unstuck too. Because what happens is when our brain is in crisis, we are really just in survival mode. So we really
Yeah.
don't think logic enough to have the get the help that we need. So that's
Right.
why I say constantly reach out for support. Reach out for support
Yeah.
because your mind is so, you just want to survive from day to day.
Hmm.
Sometimes you can't think on like, shoot, I need to make an appointment or a doctor appointment or a counseling appointment. It's just your brain really is trying to just survive,
Yeah.
so really reaching out for support to help you get unstuck is important, and then
Yeah.
once you do that, just kind of take the steps daily to trying to get to, where you want to be and work
Yeah.
on one thing at a time. Don't
One thing
overload
at a
yourself.
time. Yeah, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself. Like for me, I had tried everything. I tried drinking, I tried smoking, I tried having sex with everybody. And, that wasn't working for me. And I felt like, oh, well, just to get over him, I'll just get under somebody else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that
Mhm.
was just my mentality. And
Mhm.
it was just really bad, my thought process. And so what really helped me, that's when I started my spiritual journey.
Mhm.
And I was somewhere where I was just really dead, spiritually dead. And I needed something to just awaken my soul,
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Yeah.
soul. And so I just started, I started going to a church where the word was really, really ministering to me and to my soul. And I mean, it's really like, you feed your flesh, but you have to feed your soul.
You do. And you have to surround yourself around people that are trying to be that are where you're trying to be.
Exactly.
You have to change your environment if you can.
Yeah.
Sometimes we isolate and we don't want to be around people, especially in the beginning of your healing.
Yeah.
But once you surround yourself around people who are doing the things that you want to do, like you going to church and that
Yeah.
spirituality, because I went through that too. Like I just
Yeah.
needed to be in the presence of the Lord.
Yeah.
And I would leave service just feel so elated and excited and just, joyful. Like,
Uplifted.
yeah, totally. You need that. So surround yourself, whether it's a support group that we have, or going to church,
Exactly.
or getting involved in different other groups. And once you do that, that kind of helps you too, because then you kind of
Hmm.
see like, okay, I can do this. This is doable. This is
Yeah.
workable. Like people have been in my shoes and they have survived, and they give their advice and information on ways to move forward in
Yeah.
healing. So
And it's
that is
also
very,
a mindset.
yeah,
It's
yes,
a
ma'am.
mindset,
Yes, ma'am. There you
you
go.
know, because we're in a certain mentality where we think our thought process is just off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's off.
Yeah.
And so you have to mentally change your mindset in order to change your life.
Yep. You do. You do. And I think we said this before, what you're listening to, what
Yeah.
you're watching, you have to be mindful of that stuff, to help you get, out of your situations, or unstuck, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you got to surround yourself around people. Um, Pay attention to what you're listening to, and then your mindset. Slow work on
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, it's so important.
I mean, you can't just go around here doing witchcraft or watching horror movies or
All day.
first 48 hours or snapped and think that's going to help you
Right.
with your situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I used to watch Snapped and I was just like, I cannot do this.
Right. That was me in first
I
48.
can't
Like,
do this.
yeah, yeah.
Girl, listening to K Michelle, I love K Michelle, but I can't her FU song. And I was like, I can't listen
It's
to
a
this.
it's a lot.
It's a lot. I can't, because it keeps taking me back to
Yeah.
moments that triggering,
Yeah.
very triggering for me. And
Yeah.
I was just like, I cannot do this.
Yeah.
And that's when I had to start really feeding myself with positive things, nice jazz
Yes.
music. I love my Afro beats. Don't get me wrong now. We're going to listen to some Afro beats, baby.
I know that's right.
But we're going to have to mix it up with some good gospel, some
Yeah.
jazz, and something. And I had got to a point to where I didn't want to hear no words.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me music.
Yep.
You know
Or
what I'm
sit
saying?
in silence and do nothing. And one thing too that's important is be patient with yourself and
Yeah.
recognize that it doesn't happen overnight, that healing process and trying to get unstuck in things, but just really pay attention to that. And then start processing, writing
Yeah.
it down, then
Right.
process it, writing it down. And if you can't process it, and if you're feeling stuck, you really do want to reach out to somebody professional, because they'll
Absolutely.
help you with that process.
Yeah.
And I think when we get stuck, we feel overwhelmed and we don't want to work on anything else. But you really
Mm-hmm.
do need to reach out to talk to someone, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's someone on the hotline, whether it's a therapist, whether it's a friend, best friend, whomever. You really need to start processing things so that you can really try to work through it,
Yeah.
because otherwise you will stay stuck there. You'll stay
Hmm.
stuck there, and you'll be there for a while, and then you'll be frustrated for a while.
Absolutely. And just take out time for yourself. When you can take out time for yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to read
Mhm.
whatever, positive things, good books. There was a book that the other night, my stepmom and I, we were talking about, and it was called Boundaries, Taking Back Control of Your Life. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, I have a book where I'm talking about taking back control of your life,
Yeah,
and that's the only way that you can do that is if you have, those boundaries set in place. And it seems like, we're saying some of the same things, but these are the things that will help you
yeah,
to get your life back on track.
yes, it will.
They would definitely help you get your life back on track. When you're writing down things that you are, good affirmations, and
Mhm.
put them over your mirror or put them in your car or wherever you're going all day long, you need some positive affirmations that are going to help you to move forward with what it
Mhm.
is that you're doing.
Very true. And be consistent.
Be
You know,
consistent.
even when you and have an accountability partner or two
Yeah,
or three or four.
yeah,
Someone, don't try to do it alone. I think,
yeah,
I'm not sure, and maybe it is because of the guilt and shame and the isolation that we go through, but don't try to do the healing part alone, the unstuck, the being stuck alone. You have a group of people that are rallying around you, that want to support you, that have been there, like Shondell and myself. Like, I think we feel like, we don't want to bother anyone, or no one understand, or whatever that is. But if people are telling you to reach out, then reach out. Try that until they prove you wrong. Then if you
yeah,
try and it doesn't happen, then okay. But if you
yeah,
try it and get the support, continue on with that support. So have an
absolutely.
accountability person, be consistent with what you do. The days that you mess up or don't do what you need to do, forgive yourself for that, because
Yeah.
sometimes we beat ourselves up for that when we don't, when we're not consistent on certain things. But
Hmm.
just um, be consistent, have an
Yeah,
accountability. That helped me, really
yeah,
having an accountability person
yeah,
that I can go to, or
yeah,
that, reached out to me like, hey, did you do your workout or your affirmations or whatever I was working on at that time, to hold me
yeah,
accountable, was good.
absolutely. And then writing down things, because I know when we get with these partners and we just feel like, oh my God, I can't live without them kind of thing. Why do you feel like that? Write down, why do you feel like you cannot live without this person? What has this person done that's so wonderful in your life that you feel like you cannot live without them?
Yeah.
And then have you another list over here as to why you can live without them.
Mhm.
The things that you've pretty much done for yourself. I mean, a lot of us are working women. We go to work every day,
Mhm.
regardless as to where we're working, but we're really taking care of ourselves. And it's just somebody else that's making us feel like we aren't able or capable of doing that
Yeah.
because we're stupid, we're dumb, we're crazy, we, out of our mind, we don't know this and that, and whatever the situation may be, because we're constantly listening to somebody else tell us what we are when
Right.
that's really not what we are at
Yeah.
all.
And start believing in yourself again.
Believing in yourself.
Start believing in yourself again. Maybe pick up old things that you used to like to do that you couldn't
Yeah,
do before.
yeah,
Slowly start doing those things daily if you can. Practice self-care. I'm the self-care queen. I was practicing self-care before it was popular back in
yeah,
2006,
yeah.
when no one really talked about self-care. So I am like all for self-care, even if it's
Mm-hmm.
stepping outside, getting a fresh fresh air, and then coming
Yeah,
back. Like, just practice those things every day.
every day.
Not make it a habit. Like, just like brushing your teeth and taking a shower. Like, self care
Mm-hmm.
needs to be included in that as well.
Absolutely. And just really shifting my mindset is what really did it for me. Just changing my mind from everything that I was doing to something totally different. And, we get scared because things are new and we're trying new things out. And so we get scared and we want to stay where we're comfortable. We don't want to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, like when I called you the other night when I went skating, I
Yeah.
haven't skated in years. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm gonna try something new again, and then the stepping class that I want to take. Like, try something, try new things, and you'll be
New
surprised
thing.
at how your mind does shift.
Absolutely.
Thinking will shift for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then see, a lot of times we don't even know what we're stuck on. If you ask a
That
person, what are you stuck on?
most of them don't know. Like, I don't know, I'm just stuck.
So it
But
goes
the
back
thing
to what I
about it,
said in the beginning is, what are you stuck on?
yeah,
Start there.
yeah,
What are you stuck on?
yeah. And you just gotta move. You gotta move because you're stuck, because you're standing still or you're sitting still in this one spot and you're just pondering on, oh, this could have been and that could have been and this, and I don't know. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to do? And then do that. What is it that you have to do? Then you do that. You just got to go. You got to move from where you are instead of just staying still in this spot saying, oh, I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I'm here and that kind of thing. You got to get out of that. What
Quickly.
is it that you want to do? What is it that you need to do?
Quickly.
And do it.
Quickly. And if you can't figure that part out, then it's time to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Time to talk to someone. And again, it goes back to our brains being in that survival mode. I teach the workshop, and in the workshop, I show a video about how our brains are, how they function after we've been in traumatic experiences.
Absolutely.
So when you experience trauma, your brain is affected by that.
Absolutely.
So if you're feeling like, I can't do this, I don't know where to start, I'm stuck, I'm this or that or whatever, talk to someone.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And then you got to get out of that situation that's causing you to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Like my job, when I left, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this.
No more.
I'm out of here. I am out of here.
Yeah.
Yes, this is my livelihood, but just when I was looking for this job, I found it, and I can go look for me another one and find me a new job.
And I'm gonna say this, and it's not gonna be a popular statement. No more excuses.
No more.
It's too many. I can't, I won't, they won't, they're not hiring, I have no resources, I don't know what to do. You have social media. Did you have social media back in the day?
No. No.
You have people to talk to back in the day?
None.
This day and age?
Yeah. It's no excuses. And we're going to have to put an expiration date on being in that state of mind. You're going to have to put an expiration date on that. After a while, you're just going to have to say, you know what? I got to throw this away. And I got to go get something new, pick up some new stuff. Like when you get your eggs and your milk and all the stuff that you buy at the store and they got an expiration date on that. Okay, you got to that day.
That's it. To wallow. Because we're going to give you it. We'll give you that. But that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's all we got for you today.
Listen. Boom.
How to get unstuck.
How to get unstuck. You have to put in the work. I know we tell you this and we laugh and we joke because we have been on the other side. We know what it's like. We've been in that pain. But now we are on the other side of that. And we want to show you that it is okay to laugh. It is okay. But you have to put in the work.
And it's a balance. It's a balance of life. It's a balance of your spiritual, your mental, your physical, your social, your financial. It's a balance of all this. So if you lacking over here is spiritually, but you got all of this going on physically and all, I mean, you're gonna be off.
Yeah,
It's a balance.
it's a balance.
It's a balance. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a
We're
balance.
and we're here to help. It's up to you to reach out for support.
Absolutely. And
All
that's
right,
it.
girl.
Until next time.
See ya.